welcome back, community, to another Keeping It Real with Dr. Anita conversation. I am your host, Dr. Anita Polite-Wilson, C-Suite Trusted Advisor, Board Director, and Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging Consultant, helping members of the C-Suite and their teams reframe diversity conversations from difficult to different. Community, you know, it's always a sad time for me when we are wrapping up our conversation with our guest. This month it has been Okay, I just elevated you to doctor. I think because of all the knowledge you've been dropping on us, that's why. We are back with Mr. Michael C. Bush, the CEO of Great Place to Work. And truly, he has dropped so much knowledge and wisdom on us this month that my head is spinning, and I'm the host. So, Mr. Bush, I want to thank you for 3 incredible conversations. I know this is going to be nothing short of that. And I want to first give a shout out to Pat Waters, the Chief People Officer at UKG, Unity, Kindness, and Growth. Tell us about how that relationship came about between UKG and Great Place to Work.
Yeah, Dr. Anita, great to see you again. I'm kind of sad it's our last session together, though I'm sure we'll do many more things as we go forward. And I'm glad you also mentioned the illustrious Pat Waters, who's, just a legend in the people movement and the people leadership movement. So how I got into the UKG family, Great Place to Work has been in the business of surveying companies. We survey in over 140 countries, 14,000 companies a year. Well, a couple of the companies that we surveyed, one was called Kronos, and another one was called Ultimate Software. And both of them great companies in terms of the way that they treated their employees. All of their employees, very people first cultures. And so that's who we tend to work with, people who want to find a way to improve their financial performance by creating a high trust culture. So they were customers. And then we had the pandemic and those 2 companies merged probably 2 months before the pandemic. So Kronos and Ultimate Software merged and they became UKG. And so they talked about united, kind, and growing. And it is full of people who are very kind. That's probably the core value at UKG. And they have a purpose, which is our purpose is people. So they came up with that totally on their own. And I just loved it. So I was over here running Great Place to Work during the pandemic. And then things started happening in the marketplace and people began to circle Great Place to Work, a company that I bought in 2015, to look at the value that it could add, because we've got a database of a couple 100 million employees. Data is the new electricity, certainly in the AI era. And we're a people analytics company. We have a SaaS platform that surveys a couple 100,000 people every week. So these are and we know a lot about what it means to be great. And to be fair and to be equitable and to create a high trust culture. So we came together, talked about coming together, and they bought us about 21 months ago. So we're part of the UKG family. I believe that it's been great for UKG. It's certainly been great for the people at Great Place to Work.
Well, congratulations. It has definitely been an honor to have both you and Pat on the show. And our conversation has been what I always want it to be, a real conversation from the C-suite. We start with the basic question, and then wherever the conversation leads, that's where it goes. But for this final question, I want to be very, very specific about what I ask you. So I'd like to hear about your perspective on the workforce of the future, specifically how organizations can partner with Great Place to Work to help them transform their aspirational vision of their workforce into reality for employees, shareholders, and communities in the global marketplace. And I know that's a big question, but I have no doubt you can handle it.
Yeah, I can definitely handle it. Yeah. We believe the future of work is for all. That's what we believe. And so that means that if you've got 1,000 employees, 20 employees, 434,000 employees like Hilton, it's for all. It's creating a great experience for all 434,000 people. And Chris Nassetta and Laura Fuentes are trying to do that at Hilton, and so on. So this is a different way of approaching work, because you have to know what experience people are having. And you have to do demographic comparisons in order to see if some are having a better experience than others. And we believe a company is great when people are having a consistent experience. It's not great when some are having a great experience and some are not. You can have a lower level of great as long as it's consistent. we believe that's a great place to work for all. So our algorithms are all doing calculations to make that determination on consistency. A company where this group of people are having a phenomenal experience and this group of people are not, you're probably not going to see being recognized by Great Place to Work. We reward consistency of the work experience. So therefore, we say it's for all. So we believe that when somebody's looking at a place to go to work there, they can see themselves in that company. They can feel that there are people in the company like them. And because that makes them feel there's a chance that they're going to be welcomed there. And because they have some evidence, they can look up and down in the company and see themselves, people with similar experiences to them. It just gives them hope that when people say, if you come here and work hard, you can do well, they're just looking for evidence. It doesn't necessarily mean if they don't see it, it's not going to be true. And it's not 100% if they see it, it's going to be true. But it gives them hope that can happen. That when they join the company and someone says, if you work really hard here and fully commit and make your teammates better and add value and bring innovation and adapt to change and try and do better, and you're an honest person, you're a transparent person, you're a growing person, you're a learning person, you believe feedback is a gift, you can get promoted here. You can get more challenge and opportunity, and you're going to get that opportunity in an equitable way compared to everyone else. And we believe that if you're in a job next to somebody else doing the same job at the same level of proficiency, you'll be getting the same pay and same reward, same benefit package, and so on. And we believe that if you find somebody in the company and we're doing great for them, things for them in terms of their physical health, we'll do the same great things for you. Same for your mental health and for your financial health for you and your family. That is a great place to work for all. And we believe that leaders need to be focused on creating that for everyone, not for some. Because we do this work all around the world, 14,000 companies, most companies are a great place to work for some. We know that. The data is very clear. And what we try and help them is to become a great place to work for all. So we think that if you've got 1,000 employees and you've got 900 of them feeling this way, your business is going to perform at a great level. You're going to innovate faster than your peers. You're going to adapt to change faster than your peers. You're going to be more resourceful than your peers. You're going to understand the world more than your peers do. All those things are going to lead to a competitive advantage. So, and if you're going to be implementing AI, that your firm is going to be trusted because you've got for all in your company, and they're going to feel like, well, this company's got a lot of different perspectives here in their use of AI. I think I can trust it because there's some people in there who are physically disabled like I am. And therefore, I think that might be at the table when somebody's making a decision on these algorithms. So we believe trust in the future is going to be defined by organizations that are for all. That I might not like a certain demographic group for something related to my past. But there are customers from that demographic group that your company wants.
That's right.
It's a simple common sense to know. It might be good to know a little something about that group of people when you're defining things, and not, we don't need them. No, you're going to need them in the future in terms of having a competitive advantage. So this is what we believe to be true. We've experienced it, obviously ourselves. And we think this is the great opportunity. That's why we say the future of all isn't clickbait. I mean, the future of work, hybrid work, remote work. We aren't going to be talking about those things in 2 years. They're going to be behind us. Companies will have made choices on how to do those things. The future of work is going to be having the best people. And to have the best people, you're going to want to have the best leaders. We call them for all leaders, because that's who's going to be able to attract these great, diverse ways of thinking and seeing the world and approaching a problem. And that's what's going to make people believe that if they work hard, they can be promoted because they see leaders that are like that as well. So this is the new flywheel, the people flywheel that makes us say that the future of work is for all. every business, people say people are our greatest asset, but they don't treat people like if they're their greatest asset. They treat these people are our greatest asset. These are our people. These people are our greatest asset. These are our employees. Big difference between the two. And those businesses are wasting money, frankly. So we believe that this is going to come to the surface. Global competition is going to cause that to happen. The threat of inflation, recession is going to cause that to happen. Getting a lot more done with less is going to cause that to happen. So companies who embrace this point of view are going to get rewarded.
I am so deeply disappointed that this is our last conversation, because you have just said some things that I would love to unpack. But I think the bottom line thought that I want to leave with you is this, community. Employee experiences determine employee engagement, which determines workforce sustainability, which impacts the bottom line. And in these 4 conversations, we've covered everything over and above, inside and outside those 4 key points. Mr. Michael C. Bush, CEO, Great Place to Work, thank you so much for joining me and my community for not 3, but 4 conversations. Thank you for giving us a little extra time. So humble and honored to have you with us today.
Thank you, Dr. Anita, and thanks for all the good work you're doing in the world as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Community, you have got to go back and listen to this series of conversations, real conversations from the C-suite with Mr. Michael C. Bush, CEO of Great Place to Work. And you can do that by going to my website, dranita.com, spell out the word doctor. At the top of the landing page, click the link that says Keep It Real Podcast. You can listen to me on several platforms. And once you find me and you hear a podcast that helps you reframe diversity conversation from difficult to different, please get in the flow, follow, like, and overshare with your network so that you can help them too. Until next time, this is Dr. Anita reminding you to stay blessed and keep it real.